Next one is travel. So we're talking obviously cars and vehicles, bicycles. I don't know if we're going to go back to riding horses as far as travel like we did, but just what can you what can you need for type of travel? Do you want to move to, say, riding a bike or a moped? If that's the case, maybe you can trade in a current car for a moped. This could give you extra assets for whatever it is that you're looking to be purchasing. The next one is animals and livestock situation. I mean, it can go from dogs. I mean, first of all, dogs could go in this category of guns and ammo, as in they can be protectionary animals, but it goes even deeper than that, as they can do a lot of work for you in many different ways. You also got animals like sheep and cows. Maybe you find a business where you can raise chickens and then sell them to other people who are going to be needed. This is a type of business as far as service businesses that are on the horizon. And these things do have value as we move on. We're going to go on with basic household items in which you need. Also art. I mean, like I say, it kind of goes with the collector's issue, but this more along the lines of it's based on who you are, and if you know people who are going to be able to purchase them, this is one other type of asset to get. So I wrote down a bunch of lists of different things. Now obviously I might have missed a couple broad items here and there, but the key for investing is to get them at cheap prices. And that's why instead of just paying whatever somebody tells you or just spontaneously buying, if you research purchases a little more, then you may be able to acquire more assets along the way. So you look for, well, garage sales and yard sales. If you go to these type of yard sales, look for items in which, like, say to your head, okay, is this something I can use? And is it something I need? If it's something I want, is it expendable for me to get it? Is it something anybody else can use? And that's the big one. If it's somebody else, something else that other people can use, think of what your return on your dollar is going to get. And a big example I do is this. Say, for example, you're buying silver dimes for $1, which is pretty much the going rate for them. And there's an item at a yard sale for $1. Now, if you know that later on down the line that this product can easily outperform silver, then you may want to purchase it, or even outperform a lot of different other assets based on what other people are going to be needing. When you see stores going out of business, you look for those 70, 80% off, if you will, when they are so desperate. That's a key thing. You look for people who are desperate to sell, and then now you aren't desperate to buy, but you are in control as far as a buyer and seller. You can now get much cheaper prices, and that's one of the big keys there, is get the best possible prices that you possibly can. You also want to see how much storage space you have, because I mean, this is a big example here. Say diapers, for example. Are people going to need diapers in 2 and 3 years? Yeah. So the difference is they take up a lot of storage room to have them. Now, if you have that available to you, it might be a good idea. And that's one reason why maybe that commodity may go higher, because of its storage cost. But sometimes you might want to look for assets in which don't take much room. I mean, we're really talking about silver and metals, well, silver anyway, that does a very good job as far as storage space is concerned. And when you get more of those products that are less in size, if you have a problem with storage, you are now able to have more things. Another big investment, I think, that I thought of recently is scales. And the reason why scales are going to be so big is it's a very nice piece of technology that is going to be used during a barter type system, especially when gold and silver and metals become such a huge part of money. Also, you can weigh vegetables and produce. Obviously, a lot of drugs are being weighed this way. So it's good not only to have it for yourself so that you can be able to weigh whatever you need, but if you can find a very good price for scales, it's not a bad strategy to pick up like 15, 20, whatever you can afford, and then you plan on selling them later. It's almost like having your own little store, if you will. You build up different products in which you think has good value, and you base it, of course, on its expiry date. You base it on so many different factors when you plan out your purchases, and that's the biggest thing, is planning out the purchases just before you make the rational decisions. Write stuff down, do your homework, and if you do more work like that, you most likely are going to prosper really better. So for the rest of this video, we're now going to take a look at stocks and different options there. So, like I say, if you're doing a big basket of goods, if you have a little bit money in stocks and you're protecting yourself with real assets, you really can't get hurt. Even if you lose every single thing on your stock, you're not going to get hurt. And even if it's inflated so badly that the dollars you get are worth nothing, once again, your real assets come into play. So a lot of the strategies that I am going to give are good in nominal dollars, but like I say, it doesn't protect you well on the inflation point of view. So here we go. Here are the charts.